Golden Gun.
Deep in Arizona's Superstition Mountains, where the desert heat shimmers like molten metal, lies a treasure so famous that its legend has outlived nearly everyone who ever searched for it. They call it the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine, a hidden cache of unimaginable wealth. The story has lured prospectors, outlaws, con men, and ordinary dreamers for over a century. Some came back empty-handed, others never came back at all. Today we're taking a trip back to the late 1800s, part gold rush fever dream, part true crime cold case, to sift through the truth, the tall tales, and the sheer madness surrounding one of America's most enduring mysteries. Welcome to Gold and Guns, where the West wasn't just wild, it was profitable. The Dutchman wasn't Dutch at all. His name was Jacob Waltz, a German immigrant born around 1810 in Württemberg. He came to America in the mid-1800s, chasing opportunity, and ended up prospecting in the American West. Waltz was, by all accounts, a capable miner with a knack for keeping his cards close to his chest. For decades, he drifted between mining camps, sometimes working claims, sometimes ranching. But in Phoenix, he gained a quiet reputation for always having just enough gold to get by, yet never revealing where it came from. People began to suspect he had a secret source. Waltz was not flashy. He didn't spend like a man with a hidden fortune. But when he died in 1891, he left behind a tantalizing deathbed confession that would ignite a treasure hunt lasting more than a century. Jacob Waltz's final days are where the myth really took root. Sick with pneumonia, he was cared for by a woman named Julia Thomas, a neighbor who also ran a small bakery. On his deathbed, Waltz allegedly told Julia about a rich gold mine hidden in the Superstition Mountains, a mine he claimed to have discovered years earlier. According to Thomas, Waltz described landmarks, directions, and strange natural formations that marked the path to the mine. The gold, he said, was pure and plentiful. In some versions of the story, he even pulled out a small stash of gold ore to prove it. After his death, Julia and a few partners set out to find the mine using Waltz's instructions. They didn't find anything, but their public search, combined with whispers about Waltz's confession, ensured the story spread like wildfire. One of the oldest threads in the Lost Dutchman legend is the Peralta family, a wealthy Mexican clan said to have mined the Superstitions for gold in the early 1800s. According to the tale, the Peraltas extracted a fortune from the mountains until tragedy struck. In 1848, Apache warriors allegedly attacked the family's final expedition, killing most of them and scattering their mules and supplies. The site of the battle, sometimes called Massacre Grounds, is still pointed out by locals today. The legend claims that Waltz somehow found or inherited the Peralta's lost workings, either stumbling upon them while prospecting or being shown the location by a surviving member of the family. This connection blends Mexican history, Native American resistance, and frontier greed into one irresistible package. The Superstition Mountains earned their name, honestly. Rugged, steep, and scorching in the summer, they have been the graveyard of many a treasure hunter. Temperatures can soar past 110 degrees, and in the early days, the area was remote and sparsely mapped. Some searchers died of heat stroke or dehydration. Others fell victim to accidents, snake bites, falls, or getting hopelessly lost in the maze of canyons and cliffs. And there are darker endings, unexplained disappearances, skeletons found years later, and rumors of gold hunters murdered for being too close to the prize. By the early 20th century, the Lost Dutchman's mine had become a national obsession. Newspapers ran sensational stories, sometimes with headlines like "Map to Dutchman's Mine Discovered" or "New Clues Found in Superstitions." The treasure's value was often inflated to modern-day millions, fueling even more expeditions. In the 1930s, the legend took on a new life when author Barry Storm published Thunder God's Gold, a book blending history and folklore. Storm himself claimed to have been shot at while searching, blaming mysterious snipers guarding the mine. Since then, countless television specials, documentaries, and amateur treasure hunters have taken their turn in the superstitions. Some treat the mine as a real physical place. Others think it's simply a metaphor, a story that survives because it embodies the endless human urge to chase riches. The Lost Dutchman lore is filled with maps, often hand-drawn with crude sketches of mountains, ridges, and odd landmarks. Many are obvious forgeries. Others could be genuine but hopelessly vague. Waltz's own supposed directions include cryptic lines like, "From the hole in the rock, face the rising sun," or "The mine is hidden where the shadow of the weaver falls." Depending on the teller, these could mean specific rock formations in the superstitions, or they could be poetic nonsense meant to throw people off the trail. Some treasure hunters have claimed success in finding gold ore matching Waltz's samples, but none have found a proven mine with the kind of riches described. Not everyone believes the Lost Dutchman's mine ever existed. Skeptics point out that Arizona's gold deposits are scattered and small compared to California or Alaska, making the idea of a fabulously rich hidden mine unlikely. They also note that much of the story comes from second-hand accounts, often told years after Waltz's death. Still, believers argue that enough physical clues, from gold ore samples to historic maps, exist to suggest there was something out there. And in treasure hunting, belief is often half the fuel. Over the years, the mine's reputation has been stained with real tragedy. In 1931, treasure hunter Adolph Ruth vanished in the superstitions. Months later, his skull was found with a bullet hole. In the 1940s, several more seekers died under mysterious circumstances. Each death only deepened the legend, turning the mine from a dusty rumor into a deadly obsession. Today, park rangers in the area still warn visitors about the dangers of searching without preparation. Whether real or not, the Lost Dutchman's gold mine has become part of Arizona's identity. The Superstition Mountain Museum keeps artifacts, maps, and exhibits dedicated to the story. Each year, Apache Junction hosts a Lost Dutchman Days festival celebrating the myth. The legend has also inspired novels, movies, and even video games. Like all great mysteries, it survives because it offers something to everyone. The thrill of danger, the allure of riches, and the faint hope that you might be the one to finally find it. The Lost Dutchman's gold mine might never be found, because maybe it never existed. Or maybe it's still out there, waiting for the right person to read the right clue at the right time. In the end, it's more than just a story about gold. It's about the hunger for discovery, the willingness to risk everything, and the strange magic that keeps us chasing shadows in the desert. If you head into the superstitions with a map in hand, remember this. The mountains have claimed more lives than they've ever given up in gold, but for some, the dream is worth the danger. And that's why the Lost Dutchman's legend will never die.
Golden guns, golden guns. Thank you for watching Golden Guns. Please like and subscribe.